We can play some of this.
Yeah. Yeah, we can play some of that. We met the creator of that game. Or
We did meet the creators of it.
Yeah.
I see that. We're gonna go graphics quality. I don't know. We're going Queen. Is that good?
Queen. Yeah, that's perfect.
Sure. I don't. We're going Queen. All right. New game. Yvette's story. Where's the sound?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me just boot it up again. Okay, if it's a little loud, I'm sorry. There is nothing we can do.
Not with that attitude.
It's true. Alright. Is it too loud on this? Can you hear me?
It's a little bit. I can still hear you. It's not like terribly loud. It's a little loud.
Just open volume mixer. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Is it? Oh, here it is. Just turn it down a little bit. All right. The carriage Should I read these? I guess the carriage rumbles and bounces along the cobbles as you approach Paris. It's taken over a week to get here, even carrying just yourself and your luggage. Whew, long journey. Your fiancé, Armand, arranged for the carriage to take you from your small village to a tavern he enjoys called the Orphans' Feast. Hopefully they're not feasting on orphans. There, he'll meet up with you. You'll likely take dinner together, and then he'll show you to your new home in Paris. For now, though, you've already finished all your books, and Armand's letter is your only entertainment other than staring out the window. Well, what do you think? I played the last game, so you can play this one.
You've already finished all your books. No, that's like, reading the letter one more time wouldn't hurt.
Oh, right. You must have read the brief letter over 100 times, but you've always found new details to puzzle over. Armand's letters were usually so long, a habit would you often tease him for in your own missives. Chérie Yvette, I know it may be sudden, but I want to invite you to live with me in Paris. Back in your provincial hometown... Oh, that's the end of the letter, I guess. Back in your provincial hometown, you were engaged to Armand before he moved north to Paris. Should I call Paris or Paris?
I like Paris. I think it's
Paris. To participate in the Estates General. He dreamed of changing the country, and this was the political event of the century. You mailed love letters soaked in perfume. He replied with volumes about how much he missed you. The romance of it all helped make up for the inconvenience. Not that your parents cared much about the romance. At first, you'd be afraid to tell them of your youngest daughter wanted to move far away. Instead, they nearly threw you onto the carriage to follow Armand to Paris.
Nice.
While you understood the significant benefits of your common family, you would receive from your marriage into a noble one. You couldn't, there should be an apostrophe here, help but be a little annoyed at their eagerness to see you off. I can't wait for you to see it. It's unlike anything back home. A truly vital place where anyone can be anything. What?
I like Dylan's comment. There's an awful lot going on. Nothing to be happening on screen.
It's true. It's like the daddy game that he played, except without any daddies.
There's no daddies yet.
Je t'ai embarrassé, Armand. Was that the whole letter, or I'm?
Je t'ai embarrassé.
Wait, I did. No, there definitely like the beginning of the letter and then that end of the letter. That was something you were looking forward to, a chance to be something more. After all, Baroness Yvette de Marbeau has a certain ring to it. Alright, Zach. I thought Dream Daddy was bear. Well, Dream Daddy was bear or something. There were definitely bears in Dream Daddy.
There was a few bears in Dream Daddy. Coachman, can we pick up the pace? Please. Please, Coachman.
After a quiet sigh, the coachman obediently flicks at the reins, and the horses up their pace to a brisk trot. The city blurs by you as you quickly make your way towards the orphans' feast. Once again, hopefully there are no feasting of orphans. The tavern where Armand said he would meet you. As tired and rumpled as you are, you're glad that he arranged to meet you in a place with ample food and wine.
Maybe this is like a weirdly zombie game. Maybe you want to
When you arrive, the coachman helps you out of the carriage, and you find yourself outside a glowing, friendly-looking tavern. The sign shows a grubby-looking child holding a plate piled high with fresh bread and roasted meats.
I like meats. This must be the place?
This must be the place. Oh, somebody! A character! Barmaid. Inside, a woman polishing a lantern looks up at you as you enter, and her face breaks into a bright smile. Bonjour, madame. Welcome to the orphans' feasts. Her eyes linger expectantly on the door for a moment before settling on you. You're suddenly reminded how rare it is for women to travel by themselves. How may I be of service? She asks. I'm going to read everybody's dialogue in a really bad French accent.
Oh, so you're gonna read everyone's dialogue like you're playing Return of the Phantom.
Yes. How may I be of service?
This is my first time here. Is there anything I should know to help me find my fiance?
Don't worry, while the rest of the city can be rather cutthroat, the orphans' feast is a relaxed place for getting your feet under you. The woman puts down the lantern she was polishing. There's plenty of candles around here.
I want to make a note. Dylan just said, I never thought I would see Seth doing voices on stream, but I'm here for it.
Perfect.
Seth does so many voices IRL. It is ridiculous.
She favors you with a devious smile. Find guests worth talking to and try to say the right things to the right people. You'll never have the time to talk to everyone, so try to use your time wisely. I'm sure that... what was that? I'm sure that... Oh, from like Keenan and... Remember, what was it? Keenan used to do the bathtub?
Yeah.
I'm sure that if you ask around, you'll be able to find your fiancé in no time. What? Can I just find him? When she puts it that way, it's no, it's not.
It's French voices, just him talking loudly.
There's definitely a French accent. When she puts it that way, it suddenly sounds so easy. Oh, all right. I guess now we can go to a party, but first
nice.
we
need
have
to get changed.
we could wear a provincial outfit.
Oh, look at us.
It's very novel. That's all we got to wear.
Yeah, there's more in the final game.
Perhaps.
This is the demo, so.
They are all demos.
Yes.
We can't click on accessories. This is it. This is what I'm wearing. This is our Yvette lady, and her
Look at her.
very buxom.
Yeah.
She's gonna go to the party. While you only have one... Oh, that's us. While you only have one outfit to your name at the moment, the Orphan's Feast doesn't feel like a particular judgmental place. It kind of looks like a basement cellar. In terms of fashion, your credibility won't be shifted by what you're wearing here. As long as you explore the tavern and talk to people, you should be able to find Armand soon enough. Oh. Now we're playing Clue, apparently. We have 2 turns.
Oh, nice. I bet Armand murdered someone in the other room.
Well, so we can pick this one room.
Okay.
Let's pick it.
Yeah.
An amorous inquiry. You look around the unfamiliar tavern, trying to find Armand. Your eyes scan for his chestnut hair, your ears strain to hear the sound of his infectious laugh. Someone clears their throat behind you. You turn around to find yourself face to face with an unfamiliar young man. He's well dressed and handsome enough, but it's the middle of the day and he already smells like 2 bottles of wine. He's my kind of guy. He's amorous patron, that's his name. Pardon moi, madame, but I could never ignore the sight of a woman in need, and you appear to be lost. He's gonna be southern.
But I could never.
But I could ever. May I escort you? His smile is broad and cocky.
Oh, number 3, definitely. I want it to be like him being like, "Hello, lady, can I escort you?" And being like, "Yes, you can help me find my fiance, please."
Alright, I'm so glad to hear that. Can you help me find my fiance? Oh, that is... nothing. I guess this is your only option, Zach. It is vacant. Not what I meant at all, and you know it, madame. He replies with surprising venom. You have lost a little credibility. What?
Wow. What?
Because
I'm not a cheater?
yeah, apparently. With a wave that is barely as polite as decorum requires, he departs to seek the affection of a different young woman. Huh. He's off. Well, apparently, you lost credibility because you were not wanting to spend time with an amorous patron.
You know, that's what happens. You go to a party, you don't want to spend time with an amorous patron, and you lose credibility.
You lose credibility. So now we're gonna be this is the title, A Country Woman. After hours of questioning and searching, it's late in the evening, and you've yet to still find Armand. How big is this tavern? It's 1 room! You're not even sure why, but you feel exhausted. Who knew talking to people was such hard work?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you've warmed up, this may be your chance to finally find out where Armand is. You approach a woman who you have spotted glancing your way earlier.
Oh, hello, lady. Pardon me. Have you seen the Baron de Marbot?
The Baron de Marbot? At the mention of Armand's full title, she laughs nervously. She makes small talk for a brief moment before excusing herself and disappearing into the crowd. The room appears to be emptying out. A gentleman you remember seeing earlier walks by. He might prove a little more useful. He looks like an old man.
My fiancé, the Baron de Marbot.
Okay.
We need such female nervous laugh as a sound alert.
He looks at you, glances over to the woman who you spoke with earlier, then quickens his pace as he walks by. The room is emptying out even faster now. You manage to get the attention of another woman. Woman.
Could you?
She doesn't even slow down before she leaves. Gee, they're all just leaving. This is your only option. After a third person gives you the cold shoulder, you start to wonder what happened. Are you really that out of place? Is it something about Armand? What's going on here? Still, you check around the orphan's feast one last time. There's no sign of Armand. Not even an open tab with the tavern keep. Maybe you never went to the orphan's feast. You didn't check the sign. Home sweet home. After waiting around for a few hours, you leave the orphan's feast, dragging your small mountain of luggage behind you. After all, the coach was only hired to take you to the tavern. Armand may not have been waiting for you like he said he would, but you memorized his address from all those times you wrote it to your letters to him.
Yeah, to be fair, we never, like, confirmed we were at the Orphan's Feast. We just showed up and there was a lot of food, and we're like, this is the place.
It's true. We just went to some random tavern with our fancy dress.
Yeah, this is it. This is the Orphan's Feast. Look at all those orphans over.
It's the middle of the night, but the street is still teeming with life. The light from the windows and the street lamps sparkle like the stars. You're tired and your feet hurt, but still, you can't help but smile. This is it. This is Paris. No matter what happens, you're still here. For a brief moment, you're not a country girl dragging luggage through the streets. You're the person you feel that you are when you close your eyes alone. You're overseeing a grand salon surrounded by poets, musicians, scientists, philosophers, and artists. You are elegant, sophisticated, and respected. You're getting closer to the address. Armand never described his living conditions much, but he's the son of a baron, and his family was always well-to-do, especially compared to yours. You spent a lot of time in that carriage wondering about the home you spend your new life in. Still, you didn't expect this. Calling the house rustic would imply that you were out in the country, not in the center of a city. The neighborhood is nice enough, but you're worried that if you breathe too hard on the building, it'll fall over. A well-kept woman in the attire of a maid opens the door and approaches you. Ah, bonsoir! 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 Ah, bonsoir! I assume you must be Madame Yvette. My name is Camilla. Monsieur Armand told me to expect you.
Merci, Camille. Please take me to Armand.
I was hoping that he was with you. Camille replies hesitantly. I haven't seen him in days. He's dead.
Oh no.
He's got a lot of explaining to do. It's like Lucy.
Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do. He has a lot of explaining to do. I like that, yeah.
At this, Camille takes a deep, nervous breath. I am afraid to tell you that you'll have to wait, madam. It's been days since I've been seen Monsieur Armand. I was hoping that he was with you. While you're still processing this latest disappointment, Camille seems to notice your mountain of luggage for the first term. Madame, did you carry all this by yourself? You must be exhausted. That's a great face. She's not wrong. You're not certain how you're still upright or awake right now. I have already made up your bed, madame. Please go inside and let me take care of this. You take your diary and leave the heavy lifting to Camille, because you're like, whatever. The inside of the house isn't much better than the outside. Camille keeps the place tidy, but you can only do so much. Still, you don't care about that right now, you're just happy to have a roof over your head. You flop down on a nearby couch, open your diary, and start to write. You're tired, disappointed, and perhaps abandoned, but writing things down always helps you make sense of a situation.
It's true.
Ah, we lost 5 credibility because we were not a whore. And we wore...
It happens.
We have 100 novelty from our provincial outfit, and
it was the only outfit we could wear.
There was,
yes.
We went to a party of importance. Here's us writing. We'll continue here. 21 Mars, 1789. Ah, now this game is set on Mars.
It's just Jamestown. The game.
Early the next morning, Camille approaches you, occasionally wringing her apron with her hands. She's obviously nervous. You say nothing, but she says, Madame, there's something you should know. Taking a deep breath, she continues. You're expected to attend a party the day after tomorrow, held by one Baron de Maxim de Termes. I mean, Armand replied to the invitation, but you were to be his date.
Splendid, a party.
Splendid. Camille looks visibly relieved. Parfait!
Thank goodness she does.
Parfait! She wants a yogurt. If you need anything, washed or prepared, just ask. That reminds me. Yes. Camille explains. If you're going to a party, you should probably make sure you're dressed appropriately. Fashion moves so quickly here that people retire outfits before they even wear out. Oh, will we have the one? At this proclamation, you can't help but notice that Camille's uniform has been repaired many, many times. That's because she is poor. And so are we. Camille continues. Monsieur Armand was always going through clothes so quickly. He said that every outfit has a certain amount of novelty. Every time you wore them, the novelty would go down a bit. In fact, even a little thing like wearing the same thing twice in a row could run the novelty out faster. Can you imagine? Fortunately, he knew the most delightful clothier on Rue de Faubourg Saint-Laurent. She runs a shop called Le Petit Mogul. I'll draw you some directions. Immediately, she starts sketching some directions, mostly just simple renderings of local landmarks. Le Petit Mogul is available to visit in the Paris map.
Perfect.
If you head out today, you should be well prepared for the party tomorrow night.
Seth, your French is so good.
I thank you. So this is Mars, the month of Mars. Next is the month of Avril.
Avril.
Then Ma. Oh, this must be French. I don't know. I guess Mars.
Yes, no, this is French. Mars is
This is the current month. In a couple of days we have a party. It's not on our calendar. We can explore Paris.
We could explore Paris if we wanted to.
We can go to La Pet de Mogul. It's a shop. It's a small shop run by a dressmaker, Fatima Shenna.
I mean, we need to pick up a party dress. Though.
Buy and sell wardrobe items. Let's visit locations.
How much money do we have? I can't see.
We have 100. Oh, it's our. Oh, I keep circling it, but it's our logos up in this quadrant. Yes, our logo is currently covering 100 francs, I guess.
Yeah, use the pounds of it. It is francs.
It's a long walk to Rue de Faubourg Saint-Laurent, but the trek to the narrow street is worth it. Every block comes with a vibrant energy, bursting with life. Porters and social climbers wind their way through the streets. This looks like the street outside the orphan's nest.
Yeah, it might be the orphan's street.
Oh, the orphan's feast. The orphan's nest. I'm gonna write a D&D game, and there's gonna be an inn. It's gonna be called the Orphan's Nest, festooned with brightly colored parcels. Paris may be a city swimming in fashion and finery, but this is the source. This street is the home to all major fashion houses in the country, and to Rose Burton, personal dressmaker to the Queen herself. And now you're here. Back home, they sigh and dream of places like this. Then, quietly get back to their little lives. Not you. Your circumstances may be less than ideal, but you're still here. La Petite Mogul, you mumble to yourself idly, trying to make sure you remember the name of the shop. Eventually, you find a small boutique tucked between some far grander buildings. You open the door and walk into the tiny shop, which seems even smaller due to how absolutely full it is. This isn't just a boutique, it's a workshop for whoever works here. Rolls of gorgeous fabric cover every available surface. A glowing smoke hangs in the air. The scent is pleasant, but wholly unfamiliar. As soon as the door swings shut behind you, you hear a sudden rustling of fabric further in the store. "A customer! Abdullah!" the surprised young voice calls out. "Bonjour, madame, and welcome to La Petite Mogul." A woman who now speaks like a man, presumably the owner, calls out to you. "How may I help you?"
I have an important party soon, and I need to look amazing.
Her eyes light up. "Madam, you've come to the right place." Now we can buy new things. Ooh, no accessories. We can also sell. We could sell this provincial outfit. Let's get the hell out of here. This thing... the novelty is just gonna wear out. It's a plain common outfit. Selling it.
Let's sell that.
Let's hopefully have enough to buy something. Ooh. We can wear this. It's a
Vintage ensemble.
It's got some. It's a conservative outfit with some vintage and pristine novelty.
Okay.
We already wore this. Conservative, common. A plain thrifty outfit. Looks kind of like the common ensemble. Oh, a racy vintage ensemble. They all look the same except for this one. Oh, I guess we're just gonna buy this one because this one looks different.
Yeah.
These all look the same.
Some of the art might not be finished for the game.
Racy. Is it just the lower line? I'll put some line.
I guess so.
Let's get this one. I want this hat. Oh, we still have money.
Oh, nice.
We got $72.
What else do we want to buy?
Party is being held by the crown. They like outfits that are both luxurious and modest.
Okay.
I have to click the button without any buttons. 22 Mars, 1789. Accepted. The maximum de terms private salon. Okay, do you feel like you got enough of this game?
I think so. It's definitely it's an interesting game.
We've got more games to go through.
We have a lot of games to go through. I'm curious to see more of like more of the art stuff is finished.